I want to say, just do it. Now, we all know that as being the Nike slogan, but I don't want to talk about Nike. I want to say, just do it. And you can substitute whatever the thing is in place of the it. And what happened to me, which is another reason why, is I want to encourage you to take the bull by the horns and go for it. Because I have now done 26. This is my 27th episode of Morning Spark. Oh my gosh, 27 episodes. And when it was that this first came into my thinking, I had no idea how it was going to work out, what really I was going to say, whether anybody would listen. I just had this feeling in my heart that I needed to do it. And if I'd stopped and taken the time to do the research, to look and see whether or not, at this time, was this appropriate? What would be the best structure for this? And then I have to sit and what it is I need to script it. And what would be really good is that if I could, for 5 episodes, actually know exactly what it was that I was going to say, exactly what the topic was going to be, exactly how it was I was going to frame it. I just want to tell you, it would never have happened, because I would still be sitting there researching. That's a good word, isn't it? Researching is what it was I would have been doing. And so often we are looking to get things perfect before it is that we get started. And yeah, I appreciate that. Yep, it's important to get things in the right order and in the right way. But essentially, we need to do it, because there is no such thing as perfection. So there's never going to be the perfect time. There is never going to be the perfect way to do it, to deliver it, to receive. There's never going to be the perfect way. But you can always perfect it as you go. But in order to do that, you actually have to do it. There's a saying that says that you don't have to be great to get started, but you have to get started to be great. And I don't know if you're anything like me. There are some things that, I've been thinking about doing. I've done the courses. I've read the books. I've sat down and I've kind of done a strategy thing about it. But I've never actually done it. Now, another great example is that when it is that we decide that we want to drive, we go and we take driving lessons. First of all, we have a provisional license that says it's okay for us to get in a car. We get in a car and we take driving lessons, and we take as many driving lessons as we need in order to be able to pass the test. And we passed the test. Fantastic. All you drivers out there, whether you've passed on the first time, the 5th time, or the 25th time, congratulations, you passed the test. And now you've got this shiny license that says that you can drive. But you know what? You don't actually become a driver until you drive. So until it is that you've taken that new license and you've gone on the road and you've been on the road for a while, you can then say, do you know what? I'm a driver. I'm remembering now that when I was learning to drive, and my father used to take me out in his car, and he said to me that you're not learning to drive a car, you are learning to drive, which then means that you could get into any vehicle and drive. But I had to get in the vehicle once I got my license to drive, to actually then say, do you know what? I'm a driver. Give me any car and I can drive it. Now, there is something in your life, in your mind, on bits of paper, in your thinking, about something it is that either you've always wanted to do or that you've gone some way down the road to doing. And there are lots of reasons why it is that you haven't pursued it. It's kind of really linking into the UFO, isn't it? The unfinished object. But it's that whole thing about giving yourself permission to do it, giving yourself permission to fall flat on your face or to fail or whatever it is that you, however it is you frame that, but giving yourself permission to do that, because now you're actually going to take a step out of the boat. Because failure isn't disastrous. It actually is a lesson. In fact, in real terms, don't call it failure. It's an outcome. It's an outcome based on a decision that you have made, an action that you have taken. And from that, it didn't go the way in which it is that you envisaged it would, or perhaps you would have liked it to have done. But you have learnt from that. In fact, the only way to perfect something and to tweak it and to make it great is actually by doing it, making mistakes and learning from them. That we've all heard the amazing Edison and the light bulb story, and depending on who's telling it, how many times it is that he failed. But he said all it did for him was tell him that with that out of the way, he was one step nearer to success. But he had to do it and keep doing it in order to achieve success. And so I'm saying to you, just do it. Whatever it is that means to you, that today, right where it is that you are, just do it. Tell that person you care. Write that story, write that book. Whatever it is for you, I am saying, give yourself permission to do it. Because nobody else is going to want it as much as you do. Nobody can want it more than you want it for yourself. And because I believe that everything that we do, we are blessed so that we can be a blessing to others. Do you know, by you not doing it, you're depriving somebody of the richness or the blessing or the information or the thing. You're depriving somebody from what it is they need to inspire their day, move them forward. Because if back to me in the morning spark, if I had said, do you know what, I'm not sure that I'm equipped to do this. I don't know. What happens if nobody listens or watches me? What does that say? Does that say that I'm not any good? Does that say that I'm a failure? What does that say? Do you know what? It doesn't say anything. It actually really doesn't. I love it that you guys are tuning in, and thank you so much, because 27 episodes, oh my gosh, that's huge. That's like having a long-running TV show. So I thank you, and I don't take that lightly. It really means a lot to me. The fact that I can touch you in some way so that you can touch somebody else. Because this is that whole thing where we're paying it forward. It is the most amazing pyramid selling scheme, although it's not selling, but the amazing pyramid scheme where one person does something that impacts another person and they impact other people and it keeps moving forward. Fabulous. But you know what? If I hadn't done it, then actually we wouldn't be here today. And so if you don't do it, you're not going to be on the next phase or on the next stage. There's also a saying that says that we don't have to see the whole staircase before we take the first step. And so sometimes we aren't able to see a huge picture, but we can actually see this bit here. Let's take that step and see what unfolds for us, because that really is the only way forward. And for my Christian brothers and sisters, of course, the Bible says the steps of a righteous man are ordered. But if you're sitting on the wall and just moving your feet, nothing happens. Whatever it is, we have to take action. It's back to that thing that action is the currency of success, and that we all want success, whatever that means for you. Remember, define it for yourself. But the only way that we're going to get there from here, because actually we can only get there from here. You can't get there from where it was that we would like to be, where it would be really great if we could be. And you know, my friend down the road, oh my gosh, she's amazing. We can't get there from there. We can only get there from here. It's a bit like me saying to you, oh, can you do me a favour? I need to get to Birmingham and, it's really urgent. And given all of the things that are going on and stroke brain, I'm really not going to be able to work this out for myself. So can you do me a plan that will tell me how to get to Birmingham? And the last time you and I met, perhaps we met in Brixton. And so you're going to chart my journey from that place. And you will do the most amazing job. And it will be fantastic. And it would definitely get me there if I was leaving from Brixton. But I'm not. I'm leaving from my house, which isn't anywhere near Brixton. And so I can't follow your directions and get there. Let me say that again. I can't follow your directions from Brixton to get me there because I'm leaving from here. And so often we're trying to get somewhere from somewhere we're not. So pause for a moment, reflect on where are you starting from, and then chart your course from there and get moving. That's it. It's just get moving. Just do it. Guys, whatever it is that you're up to, whatever it is that's going on in your life and in your world, that know that the best is in front of you. And therefore, in order to get there, you got to get moving. So just do it. Crazy morning. From my heart to yours, I'm sending you lots of love and have a great one. And remember, just do it.